You already know what I'm about to say. You could be doing hell, anything you desire. Your only limit in life is your own thinking. And the instant you start thinking different, the instant you start thinking different, you're gonna start doing different on accident. You ain't gotta try to do different. You ain't gotta try to motivate yourself. The instant you start focusing on what you want and holding it at the center of your focus, you're gonna start moving in that direction. I'm Coach Jay. I coach bosses. If you're not a boss, keep strolling. If you're a boss, sit still. Let's talk. The fact of the matter is, you could be doing have anything you desire, and can't nothing stop you except for you. The economy can't stop you. A person sitting in the White House can't stop you. The weather can't stop you. The price of gas can't stop you. A headache can't stop you. A death in the family can't stop you. A divorce can't stop you. 100 pounds that you don't want on your body can't stop you. Every problem is a thinking problem. I need you to say that. When I say it, you hear it. When you say it, you internalize. I need you to say that out loud. Every problem is a thinking problem. I don't care if that problem is not enough money in the bank. I don't care if that problem is not enough love circulating in my marriage. I don't care if that problem is my body isn't functioning the way that I would like it to function. Every problem is a thinking problem. And the key to solving any problem is thinking different. Not doing different, thinking different. See, people got this whole willpower thing screwed up and jacked up and mixed up. You do not use willpower to control your body. I do not use willpower to make myself go to the gym. I do not use willpower to make myself eat a certain way. I use willpower to take time daily to program this. I use willpower to say, I'm not going to think about that. I'm going to think about this. I use willpower to say, I'm not going to give my attention to that. I'm going to give my attention to this. Now, you got to understand that my feelings follow my focus. My emotions follow my focus. When I watch a funny movie, I don't have to try to laugh. I just watch the movie. When I watch a sad movie, I don't have to try to feel sad. Just watch the movie. If I watch the erotic movie, I don't got to try to get aroused. Just watch the movie. If I put my attention on what I want, not the absence of, if I put my attention on what I want, if I put my attention on having what I want, being the type of man I want to be, being the type of father I want to be, being the type of provider I want to be, when I put my attention there, I don't got to try to feel motivated. I don't got to try to feel inspired. As a result of putting my attention on the right thing. Now, if I put my attention on a lack of money, I don't got to try to feel down. I don't got to try to feel less than. So what people would do is they would put their attention on the problem and then try to act toward the solution. Where the mind goes, the body follows. So if the mind is on the problem, guess where the body is headed? When you focus on the problem, every idea you have has to go through the filter of the problem. Going into this new year, the tail end of 2024, getting ready to go into 2025, guys, we really got to understand that working on the problem is not the same thing as working on the solution. Why am I working on the problem? Why am I working on? Don't work on the problem. Work on the solution. The problem is over there. The solution is over there. Which one are you going to get in alignment with? You need to be paying attention to the problem long enough to come conscious of it and ask yourself, what would I rather have? What would I rather have? I'm gonna tell you a story. When COVID hit, I owned a cleaning company. I had a cleaning company called Made in Spokane. Made in Spokane was making $25,000 a month, and that was a slow month. $25,000 a month was the minimum that Made in Spokane was gonna make until our friend COVID came. When COVID came, went from doing $25,000 a month to me having to go in my savings account to keep this company alive. Okay. I was under the influence of the problem. I was pissed off. It wasn't fair. Why is the government scaring these people? Why is the media making this bigger than it is? I was upset. I was pissed off until I couldn't afford to be pissed off anymore. People who know my work, they know that I teach this thing called the five C's. The five C's is my success formula. So when it got to the point where I couldn't afford to be pissed off anymore, I implemented 5C. First, I got to get clear about what I want. Right now, I'm clear about what I don't want. I'm clear that it's not fair. I'm clear that this isn't right. I'm clear that my employees don't have work. I'm clear that there's people who work for me who trust me to give them work so that they can feed their families, and that's not happening. But I had to get clear about what would I rather have? I want us to get back to doing big numbers. I want us to get back to being the premier cleaning company in this city. I want to have work for my employees within moments of getting under the influence of what I want. We call that calibrating, getting under the influence of what I want. I had an aha moment. Guess what the aha moment was? Stop marketing the cleaning company as a luxury cleaning service. Start marketing the cleaning company as a disinfecting service. That's not like it don't take an Einstein to come up with that, but it's a really good idea. People are in a pandemic. They're not worried about luxury. They're worried about safety. They're worried about health. They're not booking a luxury cleaning service, but what would they book? They will book a disinfectant service. Rebranded the website, altered the Google Ads, disinfectant service. 3 days later, we got a waiting list. Went from no customers to having a waiting list in 3 days, and the only thing that changed that was an idea. But the thing is, the idea was there the instant I realized the problem. But I spent time working on the problem instead of working on the solution. If I would have instantly started working on the solution, I could have found that idea 3 months before I found that idea. Does that make sense? I took the scenic route to the idea because I sat with the problem longer than I had to. So what I teach my high performers is how to notice a problem. And instead of getting influenced by the problem, instead of getting hypnotized by the problem, instead of getting captured by the problem, ask yourself, what would I rather have? What would I rather have? And you start focusing on that right away. And as you get under the influence of what you would rather have, people start to show up, circumstances start to change, opportunities start to present themselves, people start to get on the calendar, you start to walk different, you start to talk different. Like get under the influence of what you want. Think about it. When you get under the influence of alcohol, it changes the way you walk, changes the way you talk, changes the way you think, changes the way you feel, changes the way you act. When you get under the influence of what you don't want, it changes the way you walk, change the way you talk, change the way you think, change the way you feel, change the way you act. When you get under the influence of what you want, it's going to change the way you walk. It's going to change the way you talk. It's going to change the way you think. It's going to change the way you feel. It's going to change the way that you act. It is costing you too much, not just money. It's costing you your health. It's costing you your happiness. It's costing you your money. It's costing you the relationship. It's costing you the life that you don't want. It's costing you the life that you would rather have. And in order to get under the influence of this life that you want, you got to stop focusing on what you don't want. You got to realize that everything around you is a result of the thinking you did up to this point. Your current bank balance is the result of the thinking, the quality of the thoughts that you've entertained up to this point. The current state of your body is a result of the quality of thinking that you've entertained and immersed yourself in up until this point. If you want to do something different, if you want to have something different, step one is to start thinking different, to start focusing different, to start making new things the center of your focus. You got to take your attention off of what you don't want and fully wrap that thing around what you would like to have. Because you can be, do, and have anything you desire. Nothing can stop you. The only thing that can stop you is you. The only thing that can limit you is your own conception of yourself. And I want you to stop trying to convince other people and make it your business, make it your job, make it your duty to convince the only person that matters, you. Because what other people think about you don't matter. Now, what you think about what they think about you, that matters a whole lot. But other people just having a thought about you does nothing to your nervous system, does nothing to your endocrine system. It has no effect on you. But when you lean into what they think about you and you start assigning meaning to what they think about you, now your body is reacting to what they think about you. But before you put your focus on what they was thinking about you, it had nothing to do with you. You got to start being selfish with your attention. And it's a lot harder to be selfish with your attention when you don't got intentions, when you don't got goals, when you don't got something you aiming for. When you don't got goals, anything will do. But when you got goals, and you got these things that you already focused on, you got things that you got a momentum of focusing on, it's a lot harder for you to get distracted. You could be, do, and have anything you desire, but you got to understand, you got to do it in that order. Before you can have it, before you can have the results, it's things that got to be done. But before you could do those things, it's a version of yourself that you have to become. So you can be, do, and have anything you desire. You also got to realize that anxiety is not desire. Fear is not desire. Upset because it's not here yet. It's not desire. You can be, do, and have anything that you desire. What do you desire? You will be surprised how many people come sit in my office or get on Zoom sessions with me and they cannot answer that question. They know what they don't want, but I said, okay, I understand that. What would you rather have? Man, I don't know. Well, no wonder you don't got it. You cannot hit a target that don't exist. The example that I always use: imagine if you driving a taxi and you pull up to pick somebody up and they get in the back of your taxi and they say, "Hey man, don't take me to the mall. I hate the mall. Don't take me to the mall. I don't mess with the mall like that. I'm not paying $200 for no one pair of shoes." Now them teenagers up there, they parents not watching. Yeah, I don't do the mall. Don't take me to the mall. What do you do with that information? Somebody got in your taxi and the only thing they told you was where not to take. What do we do with that? I'm asking. What would you do in that instance? And then you say, okay, I understand you don't want to go to the mall, sir, but where would you like to go? I just told you I don't want to go through the mall. I don't like the mall. You're gonna think that person is out of their mind, right? But that's how a lot of people walk through life. That's how a lot of people walk through life. They walk through life talking about what they don't want. On the phone, talking to anybody who'll listen about the job that they can't stand. On TikTok, watching skits about stuff that they don't like. Sending it to people. Who this remind you of? This me right here. What do you want? What do you want? The reason you don't got what you want is one, you don't know what it is. How can you get it if you don't know what it is? Let me tell you something. It's opportunities that's right now in your reach, and you can't take advantage of them because you don't know what you want. It's people who already in your circle. It's people that you already got access to that can connect you to the life that you want, but you haven't sat down and asked yourself, what do I want? Do yourself a favor. Do not go into 2025 without knowing what you want. Notice I didn't say what you think is possible. What do you want? What do you want? Okay? When you start focusing on what you want and you start calibrating what you want and you build confidence in what you want, you're going to start moving towards it on accident. Okay? You could be, do, and have anything you desire. Nothing. When I say nothing, I mean nothing can stop you except for you. Other people not believing in you, not going to have an effect on you. What they saying on CNN is not going to stop you. Now, if you don't got clear intentions that you already focusing on, that you getting the momentum around, then yeah, other things going to stop you. You didn't have no momentum started anyway. So let's say you got an idea for a business, but you haven't took no action around it anyway, because you just don't think about it enough. Then on CNN, they say, well, the economy is doing this. You go, well, there goes that business. Oh, you mean the business you weren't doing nothing to start with anyway? You was just sitting with it, thinking about it once in. You ain't had no momentum going anyway. CNN didn't stop you. You never got started. The economy didn't stop you. You never got started. But if you got a business that you already been putting energy and thought into, and it already got some momentum going around it, and they say something on CNN, you gonna hear what they say, but if you already got enough momentum going, that is just gonna be that. They said it, we gonna see, we finna keep moving. But when you don't got no momentum going from the jump, all only thing they did was gave you a good excuse to not do what you was not gonna do anyway. I want to introduce you guys to something that I call the 5C method. 5C method is what I teach to high performers, professional athletes, entrepreneurs. Every problem is a thinking problem. And when you learn how to think on purpose, problems are you're gonna have a hard time seeing a problem. You're gonna see through problems. You're gonna become the type of person. If you learn this 5C method, this 5C method is gonna help you become the type of person that see an acorn where other people just see an oak tree. I mean, to see an oak tree where other people see acorns. If you learn this 5C method, you're gonna become the type of person that sees very little difference between this and this. You're gonna become the type of person that realizes that the only difference between this and this is time. That's the only difference between acorn and oak tree is time. Okay, you're gonna become the type of person that see full blown business where other people see, man, that's a good idea. Too bad the economy messed up. You're gonna become the type of person that see solutions where other people can only see problems. And that's the key to entrepreneurship. As an entrepreneur, you are a person who say, okay, I'm gonna find a large group of people with a large problem. I'm gonna build a solution. And I'm gonna put it where they can see it. You got to learn how to think like that if you ever gonna be a successful entrepreneur. Problems don't stop entrepreneurs. Problems excite entrepreneurs because good entrepreneurs know that the money is in solving problems. If there are no problems to solve, there ain't no money to be made. Does that make sense? Is that registered? Good entrepreneurs get excited when they see a problem. Leaders get excited when they see a problem. I'm a leader. If there ain't no problems to be solved, well, who do I need to lead? So how would it benefit your life if you could become the type of person that got excited when you instead of scared when you saw a problem? How would it become if you became the type of person on the team? You MJ. I don't no, I don't want to pass. I want to take the shot. I want to take the shot. Because I know I'm prepared. I know I did the work. I know that I'm developed. Don't nobody else on this team. I'm taking the shot. Tap the screen if you want that to be you. Let's get some energy going in here. I don't even go live on Sundays. I woke up, I was feeling it. But if y'all get some energy going, y'all might trick me to stand on here longer. I am doing a master class tonight at 7 p.m. I'll let people know how to get access to that later. We're gonna be on Zoom where I can really talk. Okay, so let's run through the 5C process. Step one of the 5C process is clarity. And if you've never heard of the 5C process, you might want to take some notes or just get you a screenshot of the screen before we erase it. Step one is clarity. Okay. Step two, calibration. Calibration. Step three, confidence. Step four, competence. And step five, consistency. Consistency. Okay. So I'm gonna show you when most people first enter my program or start doing therapy with me or coaching with me, they're already running 5C, but they're running it by default. What we do is we teach people how to run the same process that they already running, but we teach them how to get it and actually get what they want out of life. So imagine if you keep doing the same thing you're already doing, you're just doing it in a different direction. Let me show you how this works. So the first C is clarity. I gotta focus. I gotta lock in. I can't get what I want until I know what I want. What most people do is they notice something that they don't want and they start focusing on it. I don't like my job. I can't stand my job. They don't pay me enough. They don't give me no vacation days. They made me work on my birthday. We gotta work weekends. I can't stand my coworkers. The management here is shit. I don't like my job. I can't stand this job. Who is at a place for 5 years with no promotion? They know I earned their promotion. They gonna give it to him just because he know the boss. And what they do is they get crystal clear about what they don't want. Y'all tracking with me? So you get crystal clear about what you don't want. Then you calibrate to what you don't want. Calibration is as simple as putting your attention on it. When you calibrate to a funny movie, you ain't got to try to laugh. Watch the movie. Calibrate to the movie. You calibrate to a sad movie, you ain't got to try to get sad. Just calibrate to the movie. Just put your attention on the movie. You watch an action movie, you ain't got to try to get excited. You watch a scary movie, you ain't got to try to get scared. That's the natural result of calibrating to the movie. So when you focus on what you don't want and you add all this detail to what you don't want, what you do is you get calibrated to what you don't want. You get what I call under the influence of what you don't want. I like you. Let me pin that to the top. Yeah, pin that to the top. Okay, so is that making sense? You get clear about what you don't want, which causes you to calibrate to what you don't want. Now, step three is to get really good at step two. After you calibrate to something for a period of time, you become confident in it. Okay, now once I become confident in what I don't want, most people look at that as lack of confidence. That's not a lack of confidence. You confident, you just confident in what you don't want. You always confident in something. Sometimes people call me, go, man, coach, I just need to work on my confidence. I don't got any confidence. Right now, you confident in your lack of confidence. Oh, you got confidence. It's just not pointed at what you wanted to be pointed at, but you got confidence. But what most people do is they accidentally put their confidence in what they don't want because they get clear about it. They calibrate to it, and if you calibrate to something long enough, you're gonna become confident in it. Does that make sense? If you calibrate to these lives over and over again, if you watch the replays over and over again, you get clear about what we're talking about. You learn this 5C method. You get calibrated in this 5C method. You become confident in the 5C method. But it also works on stuff that you don't like. You get clear about what you don't like. You get calibrated to what you don't like. You keep calibrating to it. You get confident in it. Now, step four is where we start to take action from. So you get confident that you don't like this job. You get confident that you can't stand this job. You get confident that this job is never going to change. And from step four, you decide, I'm going to go apply for another job. I got you, Latasha. We're going to take questions right after I finish explaining this. Okay, step four, you start taking action because you're clear about something, you calibrated to it, you're confident in it. Now you're ready to take action. So you decide, I'm gonna go to another job and apply. But you go apply for this another job for this next job. Now you're sitting in the new interview, but you're under the influence of this. So when they say, well, why are you leaving your current position? Because they don't pay me enough and they don't treat me right, and it's no 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 no, and they not running it right, and the management not good. Now if you think a company with a healthy culture to bring your angry, grouchy, mad ass into their business, you don't lost your mind. Or you get out of a relationship because it's clear to you that this person not a good person. They don't treat you right. They don't value you. They don't respect you. They disrespect you. They cheat. They do all of this stuff. You get clear on that. You get calibrated in it. You get confident in it. All men are dogs. Niggas ain't. You see what I'm saying? Then you go on a date. Now you're on a date with a person who's not this person, but you under the influence of this person. So you on the first date talking about, let me tell you what I'm not finna put up with. Person like, wait, who said anything about that? And because you under the influence of this, you can only attract other people who resonate with this. Because the people who don't resonate to this law of attraction ain't even finna allow you to get in the same space as them. Make it sense? Wherever you go, there you are. You don't see the world. You see reflections of you that you project out. Okay? You don't see the world as it is. You see the world as you are. One situation can happen to two different people, and those two people can respond to that same situation differently based on what they got clarity in, what they calibrated to, and what they confident in. Okay, so you apply to the other job, but you're under the influence of this. You calibrate to this. You're confident in this. So now you can't find a new job, and you can only be a vibrational match to jobs who own the same stuff that you don't like at the other jobs. So even if you find a new job, you're still taking this with you. Okay, and then consistency. You constantly running this process. You constantly going to work, and every time something happens, you go, see, I told you. You get even more clarity. As the calibration goes up, as the clarity go up, the calibration go up. As the calibration go up, the confidence go up. As the confidence go up, you start taking even more action. But you taking action, but every time you take action, it's even more X's over here. And you do that over and over and over and over and over and over again. That, my friends, is what I call a failure loop. Does that make sense? That's what we call a failure loop. How did this failure loop start? I got clear about what I didn't want. I got clarity about what I didn't want. And I started focusing on it. And when I focus on something, I have no choice but to calibrate to it. And if I calibrate to it enough times, I don't have to try to become confident in it. I'm going to become confident in it. But when I become confident in it, I'm gonna start making decisions. I'm gonna start taking action. But by the time I start taking action, I'm deeply under the influence of what I don't want. I'm taking action, but I'm taking action from under the influence of where I don't want to go. Can we understand how that could be problematic? Is anybody caught up in one of these failure loops right now? Say me in the comments. If you caught up in one of these failure loops right now, say me so we can talk about what we can do about it. I'm not gonna hop on here and just hand you a problem and not give you some solutions or some ways out. Anybody caught up in one of these loops right now? It might be professionally, it might be romantically, it might be finances, it might be health, it might be weight. Who's caught up in this right now? I'm so confident in what I don't want that I'm having a hard time thinking other than what I don't want. Let's get y'all together. Let's get it right. Where's my eraser? Where is my eraser? Let's talk about it. So we're gonna start with the same thing. We're gonna have this is you, this is you. Now, as you're going through life, you are a creator. You are a creator. It's in your nature to notice things that you don't like. So, same situation. You start this new job and you go, I do not like this job. The hours are crap. The management is not good. But instead of keep going, you ask yourself, what would I rather have? You ask what I call the magic question. The earlier you ask the magic question, the better. People ask me all the time, man, how do I stop anxiety? How do I stop procrastination? How do I stop depression? How do I stop this? Man, the best time to stop it is before it starts. The mind is powerful. Once you let it get going with something, it's like a dog with a bone. The best time to stop it is before it starts. But the second best time is right here, right now. Okay, so I don't like this. What would I rather have? I'd rather have a job with flexibility. I'd rather have a job with good hours. I'd rather have a job with good vacation package. I'd rather have a job with healthy culture. I'd rather have a job with room for promotion. I'd rather have a job where the people feel like family. I want to start my own business. I want to start a business selling such and such. Now, what I'm doing from the very beginning is I'm putting the dominant of my focus on what I want. I'm getting calibrated. Firstly, I'm calibrating to what I want. This is going to change everything. I'm not calibrating to what I don't want. I'm calibrating to what I want. I'm getting clarity about what I want. I skipped a C. But clarity is just a process of going, I don't like this. I'd rather have this. Like you still notice the I don't like, but you don't end it there. I don't like this. I'd rather have this. I want that because this and this and this and this. So what you're doing is you're getting under the influence of what you want. And you're calibrating to what you want. And if you calibrate to what you want often enough, if you calibrate to what you want regularly enough, you don't got to try to become confident in it. You will accidentally become confident in it. So now I'm confident in what I want. You know why I'm confident in it? Because I focused on it. You know why I'm confident in it? Because I keep thinking about it. If I keep thinking about this, I'm going to get confident in this. I don't want to be confident in this because being confident in this is going to cost me this. So I make a conscious decision. This is where you use willpower. Most people think you use willpower to make yourself go to the gym or to make yourself eat a certain way or to make yourself. No, you use willpower to say, I'm not gonna focus on this. I'm gonna focus on this. And when your coworker come over there and say, "Girl, you seen what happened to such and such?" See, that's why I don't like this job. You gonna find a way to get out of that conversation. But when you calibrate it to what you want, you're not gonna respond with the type of energy she wants you to respond with. You're not gonna join in the way that she wants you to join in. So you ain't gotta rudely shut her down. She gonna go find somebody else who calibrate to this, like she calibrate to this, so they can talk about it with the same energy and enthusiasm. Because she don't feel comfortable talking to you about it because you're not calibrated to it. So a lot of times people think they gotta go manually cut people off. You don't gotta manually cut nobody off. If you just get calibrated, there's gonna be certain things that they want to talk to you about, and you just like, yeah, I can see why that would upset you. But you ain't got nothing to add. You ain't got nothing to get in because you understanding that getting in this is gonna cost you this. But once you get confident in this, this is what I call the foundation of success. When you got clarity, you calibrated, and you confident in what you want. This is where this becomes a non-negotiable. This becomes a non-negotiable when you add this confident piece. Now remember the first example we gave, we got confident in this. And that made this a non-negotiable. When I get confident in this, I mean I'm gonna start that business. I don't care if my mama don't think it's not a good idea. Like, look, you gotta realize that you can love somebody and still not calibrate to them. Yep, you got this thing called a critical mind, Daphne, and the critical mind generalizes, distorts, and deletes to protect whatever you're confident in. I'm confident in my ability as a speaker. I'm confident in my ability as a presenter. I'm confident in my ability as a clinical hypnotherapist. So I don't care if it's only 16 people here. I'm not calibrated to that number. I'm calibrated to who I know I am. I'm calibrated to the fact that I know what I know, what I know, what I know, and I'm calibrated to the results that I've already seen this work get. So it don't matter if it's 16 people in here or 1,600 people in here. I'm not gonna get nervous if it's 1,600 people in here, and I'm not gonna get sad and go, well, I ain't even finna give y'all my good stuff because it's only 16 people in here. That number has zero effect on me because I don't calibrate to that number. I'm calibrated to what I want. My mom can go, Jay, that's stupid. You're not gonna be able to feed your family as a mom. I'm not. I love you, but I'm not calibrated to you. Understand that you can love somebody and still not be calibrated to them. And if I gotta be calibrated to you to love you, then keep it. I don't want it. Cause calibrating to your mom when she's in opposition to this is gonna cost you this. Calibrating to a spouse when they're in opposition of this is going to cost you this. So you got to learn how to Put your love over here and your calibration over there. And you don't got to be rude to them. You ain't got to be disrespectful. You just got to internally still be calibrated to what you want. You got to learn how to be in a conversation and not even be there. You got to learn how to. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. I'm the king of saying okay and doing what I want anyway. Okay. You still did it when we talked about it. You said okay. Yeah, that was my okay was saying I'm not trying to change your mind, but you're not finna change mine either. I'm calibrated to this. And when you calibrate it inwardly, you don't find the need to argue outwardly. Okay? Yeah, and it's a strong mind and will, but we got to understand that repetition will make it your nature. Like a lot of times we be arguing with people because we don't really believe in it ourselves, and we need to convince them because we haven't even fully convinced us. But once I convince me, let's say somebody come in here and they say today's Saturday. I say, no, man, today's Sunday. Unless you want to, another time zone or something. Today is Sunday. They said, bro, you stupid. Today's Saturday. I might go back and forth once or twice, but eventually I'm gonna say, bro, if you believe today's Saturday, that's way more your problem than my problem. Happy, enjoy the rest of your Saturday. You see, when you know something, you don't find the need to defend it. You don't feel the need to defend it when you know something. But when you shaky on it yourself, now you need to defend it. You need them to like. I used to go out of my way to prove to people that hypnosis worked, and I would do a lot of free work trying to prove to people that hypnosis worked. But these days, people go, man, that stuff will never work on me, bro. You're gonna have to book a session to find out. I do not care one way or the other if you believe hypnosis works or not. I don't care. Early in my career, I used to care because I was still buying into it. But after I seen over the years all the stuff that I done seen happen in one session, all the miracles I done witnessed, and I put it in quotation because it's not a miracle if that's how God designed it to work. Like if you didn't understand what was going on when an acorn becomes an oak tree, you would call it a miracle. But it's not a miracle. That's how God set it up to work in the first place. God put the oak tree inside of the acorn, and God put greatness inside of you. Understand that God put greatness inside of you, and there's nothing you can do to separate yourself from that greatness. Now you can get distracted and focus on other things, but just because you're not focused on it, don't mean it's not there. Greatness is inside of you. You did not come this way. You did not beat all those other sperm cells to get here and not be great. Keep betting on yourself and quit letting other people stop you from calibrating to this and calibrating to what they envision for you. Okay? So we get clear about what we want. We get calibrated to what we want, and that allows us to become confident in what we want. This is step 4. Now, I always like to put emphasis on the fact that step 4 is step 4. Step 4 is not step 1. Step 4 is competence. Step 4 is competence. This is where we take action. Okay? This is where we take action. We do not take action. Let's move that a little bit. We do not take action before we get clarity, calibration, and confidence. A lot of people screw up their confidence by trying to take action before they get clarity, calibration, and confidence. So I'm finna start a business. I'm finna build my website. I'm finna do this. Hey, bro, building this website is hard. Building this business plan is hard. Building a website is not hard. Building a business plan is not hard. But when you don't get clarity, calibration, and confidence, now it's hard. You don't know who you're talking to. You don't know what your core product is. You don't know who your audience is. So you're trying to build a website. Man, I want to get in that public. I want to get into speaking like you. Yeah, I'm going to Toastmasters, but man, I ain't getting nothing. Well, you're going to Toastmasters, but you're not clear, calibrated, and confident. Yo, it took me 2 years to get my first speaking engagement, y'all. And I had something to say. I had something to say, but I wasn't clear, calibrated, and confident. So when I would go to networking events, people say, "Well, hey man, what do you do?" I said, "Well, man, I'm a veteran. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a hypnotist. I'm trying to get into speaking. Nobody is hiring nobody who's trying to get into speaking." I was unclear, uncalibrated, and unconfident. So it didn't matter that I had something important to say. I was unclear, uncalibrated, unconfident. One day I saw the error in my ways, and the next person asked me what I do. They said, "What you do?" I said, "Man, I'm a speaker. My background is in clinical hypnotherapy, but I speak about the fact that people can be, do, and have anything they desire, and every problem is a thinking problem." He say, "What? You a hip, bro? I got an event coming up in like 3 weeks. Can you?" This is within 2 weeks of getting clear, calibrated, and confident. I have been doing step 4 for 2 years, trying to get a speaking engagement. Within 2 weeks of getting clear, calibrated, and confident, it found me. So a lot of times you might be, man, I tried Toastmasters, that don't work. I tried Google Ads, that don't work. I tried the paleo diet. I tried keto, that don't work. It all works. All work works. Let's get that clear. All work works. Sometimes it works for you and sometimes it work on you, but all work works. But if you really want to see results in your work, get clear, get calibrated, get confident, and then take action. If you came to me and you say, "Hey, Coach Jay, I really want to lose 100 pounds," I'm gonna say, "Okay, what size shirt do you want to wear? Okay, what size pants do you want to wear? Okay, what's gonna be your new dress size when you're 100 pounds lighter? Okay, cool, cool, cool. You got a scale at your house? Yes, sir. Okay, describe that scale to me. Okay, I want you to imagine vividly as possible standing on that scale. Nod your head when you can feel yourself standing on that scale. Okay, now look down. What number do you see on that scale? 280. What number do you see on that scale? 148. Okay. As you sit on that scale and you see that 148, how does that feel? Feels amazing. It feels like I'm finally in the body that I want to be in. It feels like I can finally wear those clothes that I've been wanting to wear. And we're gonna start loading up those positive associations, getting you clear about what you want. Because you got to understand, not wanting to be fat is not the same thing as wanting to be slim, fit, healthy, and energized. Not wanting to be poor is not the same thing as wanting to be rich, wanting to have so much money flowing in that I make it quicker than I could ever spend it. Not wanting to be sick is not the same thing as wanting health flowing through your body, wanting every cell in your body organized and aligned the way that God created it to be. Being under the influence of the problem is not being under the influence of the solution. You got to get clear about what you want so that we can get you calibrated to what you want. Because when you're not clear about what you want, what you do is you accidentally calibrate to what you don't want. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I got to get you clear about what you want. Because let's be clear, you don't want to go to the gym. You don't want to not eat carbs. You don't want to drink more water. You don't want to skip Starbucks in the morning. You don't want to stop eating on bagels. What you want is to wear a certain. Don't want to skip Starbucks in the morning. You don't want to stop eating on bagels. What you want is to wear a certain size shirt. I got a call. Y'all can hear me? I got a call. Y'all can hear me? Clear on what you would rather have. You think you got it now? I was gonna say if you need help with clarity and calibration, because what you gotta understand, if you get clarity and calibration, confidence will take care of itself over time. If you need help with clarity and calibration, if you go to the link in my bio, there is a product called the Clarity and Calibration Jump Store. Okay? There's a link called there's something on there called a Clarity and Calibration Jump Store. It's $49 and it's going to put you through a worksheet to get clarity. Okay? And it's going to put you through a pre-recorded hypnosis session that I made that's going to get you calibrated. And I promise you, it's going to supercharge you. You can keep doing affirmations. You can keep doing your vision boards. You can keep doing your focus wheels and your scripting and all that stuff. I promise you, this right here is going to happen in record time if you click the link in my bio and invest in yourself. It's $49. Give me a second, y'all. I keep getting a call. You need that right now? Go to the link. I'm finna pause the live. My son and called me twice. I need to talk to him real quick just to make sure he all right. I'll be right back. Son and called me twice. I need to talk to him real quick just to make sure he all right. I'll be right back. Son and called me twice. I need to talk to him real quick just to make sure he all right. I'll be right back. Son and called me twice. I need to talk to him real quick just to make sure he all right. I'll be right back. What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, welcome back. Y'all can hear me? So let me see. I think my iPad dead. I would show you. I think it's dead as a doorknob. Okay, so if you go to the link in the bio, I believe the first link on my bio says calibration clarity jumpstart. It say 5C clarity calibration jumpstart. Somebody go and verify that for me, please, and let me know. But that's gonna give you access to a course, and that course is gonna walk you through a worksheet. Listen to me. Do yourself a favor. Slow down and fill that worksheet out. The questions on that worksheet are the questions that I would ask you if you are in a face-to-face session with me. The questions on that worksheet are answers that if you try to skim over the answer, I would dig deeper. So since I'm not there to dig deeper, I need you to dig deep in yourself and answer the question. The reason a lot of people waste their time on affirmations is because they don't know how to get all their senses involved in the affirmation. Okay, like you got to realize everybody has what we call a primary system. The 5C alignment jumpstart. That's the one. Get that. And it's also a special offer within the 5C alignment jumpstart. Typically, I charge $500 for an initial session. People who do that jump start at the end of that course, once I see that they completed it, they get an offer to do an initial session for $250. The reason I could do an initial session for $250 after you've done that, because you've already got a lot of the momentum rolling that I would have to create otherwise. So anybody who's thinking about doing like a like deep dive session with me, you can save yourself about $250 by getting that course, doing that portion of it through your own, and then getting in touch with me after you finish that course. Because then it's gonna just be minor tweaks to make on my end. But the reason that worksheet helps is because what most people don't understand is the power of calibration. Calibration is not just a 5C thing. I landed on the word calibration because calibration is something that I do before I hypnotize anybody, myself included. Like if I go downtown to hypnotize people, somebody walk up on me, they go, man, I don't feel like that shit gonna work on me. They don't even realize, boy, you just gave me everything I need with that one sentence. You didn't say I don't see that working on me. You didn't say that don't sound like it would work on me. You said I don't feel like that would work on me. You a filler. So I'm gonna hypnotize you through the way you feel. If somebody say something like that put a bad taste in my mouth. That hypnosis that put a bad taste in my mouth. Oh, okay. Gustatory. What does that taste like? What does that bad taste like? Talk to me about it. Getting you involved and taking you deeper into that primary system is gonna take us places that somebody who don't got that skill set can't take you. That worksheet is gonna extract the information that we need to really get you supercharged, to really get you moving. Because some people be kinesthetic as hell and they doing affirmations about what they see. They doing logical affirmations. It's not finna move that kinesthetic person. That worksheet is gonna really help us unpack not only what you want, it's gonna help us get clear. It's gonna help us get clarity on multiple levels. It's gonna help us not only get clear about what you want, but it's gonna help us get clear about how you think and how you move and how you relate to life. And that's gonna let me know in what system you're holding the limiting belief in. And that's gonna give us the power to yank it out of there in record time. But invest in yourself. People who serious about getting that clarity and that calibration, get that. And I'm also doing a master class tonight for the people who do purchase that. Y'all get to come in there and we're gonna get on Zoom. And on Zoom, we can take things to another level because you ain't got to type, you just can talk. You just can ask questions directly. But that's what I want to happen. I want people to purchase that, take a chance and look to it through it the night before the Zoom call. So you can show up to the Zoom call with good questions. You can show up to the Zoom call, get clarity, go through the hypnosis session. And I'm there for just general Q&A as well.